Now, actor Ethan Hawke, the star of Dead Poets Society, Gattaca, and most recently Training Day, was in Dublin over the weekend promoting his new book, which is called Ash Wednesday. Now, Ireland AM's Kieran Grimes met Ethan the other day and asked him, first of all, what the connection between writing and acting is for him.
They're both about storytelling, you know. I mean, and it depends on what kind of writing you're doing. I mean, I've largely been concerned in writing with the same things I was concerned about in acting, which is just, you know, people's emotional behavior, character, emotional growth, emotional change, all that stuff. To me, it feels like a very similar exercise, using slightly different muscles, you know.
So where would you say your heart lies?
My heart lies, you know, if I feel they're both the same, then my heart lies in both of them, you know. I mean, acting has been everything to me. Acting is the way I made a living. It's the reason why I get to publish. It's the reason why, it's how I met my wife and pay for my house. So acting has been, you know, my bread and butter for my life. And so writing, in a way, has kind of become my, it's just kind of outlet.
Your debut novel, The Hottest Date, was out 7 years ago, and now, of course, Ash Wednesday is out. Does writing come easy to you?
Well, I think you just answered the question. It took me 7 years. It doesn't come easy. It's something I enjoy, but it doesn't come easy.
Reading Ash Wednesday for me was like, and many was listening like to a Natalie Merchant album or watching an episode of 6 Feet Under. I mean, your words, they explore and capture the human condition, I think, very succinctly. Is that your aim in writing, or what is your aim?
Yeah, it's the same thing with acting. You know, what makes us tick, what makes us grow, how we learn, how we change, what are we tripping on, you know? All that stuff really interests me, and that's what I'm trying to write about.
The characters, William and Sarah in your first book, and Jimmy and Christy in this book, they very much epitomise relationships and how people can be afraid and cautious and unsure. Is your own background feeding into this?
My own background feeds into everything that I do, really. I mean, I think it does for all of us. You know, in both these books, I've been primarily concerned with the male-female dynamic, you know. I certainly have been. It's the thing that I find myself thinking the most about, so I end up writing about it.
What was very compelling about the book for me was the alternating narrative. It kind of made me feel that I was a confidant to both Jimmy and Christy. Was this on purpose and that technique?
I mean, the book I kind of wanted to be some kind of meditation on marriage or intimacy, and a young couple trying to define home for themselves. And I thought, if I'm really going to do a book about a union of people, that it'd be great to do it from 2 points of view, so you really could understand both of them, and hopefully that would, you know, there is no omniscient truth, you know. I mean, we all see things from our own subjective place, and hopefully reading a story about two people from each of their point of view could fuel it.
Mm-hmm. I liked your idea of the still point and to show up for something. I mean, would you say that writing is your still point?
Yeah, I would. I mean, you know, the great thing about writing is, I mean, the drag of acting is that you're always trying to deal with your nerves, you know, with being filmed and photographed and getting up on stage, all those things. You just, and you've got to do it right now, you know. And the joy of writing is kind of the peace and the quiet that it brings. Is you kind of just, you know, like you know, I can take 5 years to work on something.
I don't think he's that gorgeous.
Wouldn't kick him out of the bed now.
What do I know?
For eating crisps, as they say. To be fair,
In Tipperary.
if we were all honest.
All right, okay, I'll stand corrected.
Now, coming up.